Hi, I thought this week we'd look at a really quick, easy sketch that anyone can do in their coffee break. You can be at home, in the office, wherever. It's just a clever way to kind of loosen up your drawing and really just do something creative for 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, a minute. Just something fun to do, and you really don't need much to do it. A cup of coffee in your favourite mug. Talking about mugs, I love art mugs, so if anyone has any suggestions, I would love some more. This is one of my favourites. It's got some cold coffee in it. But I'm always on the lookout for really fun art mugs. So back to the coffee painting. This sketch page is done with coffee and a pencil. It's just a fun way of doing some little tonal studies and loosening up my sketching. For this exercise, you need a couple of cups of coffee. I've got my little thermos of coffee here, and I've put some, just quite a strong solution, and I've used some granules. You can just crush them up with your fingers and dilute them into the coffee. You want quite a strong solution. And then I have a weak solution of the coffee in this mug, and we're going to use both in tandem. I've also got a makeup brush. Everyone has one of these brushes somewhere. You're meant to wash them once a week, so actually use them for your sketches and then give them a good wash with a bit of fairy liquid and dry it out. It won't do it any harm and makes it a bit more dual purpose. You can obviously use watercolour brushes, and I don't actually have any because I'm predominantly an oil painter. I don't really do any watercolour work. So the makeup brushes work much better for me. So sort of vaguely think what you want to do. Or you can just be led by the mark making you make on the page. I thought I might I'll do another duck as I was doing those last week. So you want to broadly describe your shape on the paper of your duck. I was really looking at their sort of funny, they've got such a funny sort of dual body with that sort of very heavy, actually they're geese, sorry, not ducks. That very sort of heavy breast that they have. There we go, roughly paint it in like that, and then take your stronger solution and a slightly smaller brush and think about where the sort of shadow would fall on the duck. So I'm going to go under his head, under the breast, under the wing. Let's assume the light is just coming from there, down the bottom to where his little feet would be. Let's give him some feet. Under his tail. And I might make his beak a bit darker as well. And then you can finish the details with a pencil. And this is why these pencils are so brilliant. They give you a really fluid line. And you can just describe the shape of your goose or duck, feathered fowl. This is not meant to be a masterpiece. This is very much just a little quick sketch, just to have some fun with your coffee. And then you can do whatever you want. Choose animals or objects that are fairly easy shapes to start with. You could even do your cup. So let's do a vague cup shape. Have a look at the way the light is falling on your cup, and then fill in the darker shadows. And what we're doing is a tonal study, and artists have used tonal studies throughout the ages. It's nothing new, but it's a really good way of learning about tone and value without being distracted by colour. They're used by Titian, Tintoretto. I'll ping up a couple of examples so you can see what I'm talking about. And if you think about it, the coffee, it's really just a brown pigment. You know, if you grind down these granules, you could mix them with oil and have oil paint, water and a bit of resin, gum to have watercolours. I mean, throughout the ages, some of the colours have been made from the most extraordinary things. There's an ink called oak gall ink, and it's a very dark blacky brown ink, and it is still made, I believe, from grinding the galls on oak trees. They're made by wasps that bury into the oak trees and lay their eggs, so they're a parasite. And you can take these galls off the oak tree, grind them down into a pigment. And another one of my favourites, is caput mortuum, which translated literally in Latin means dead head. And it was historically made from ground up mummies. It was mummy brown, or caput mortuum. And until quite recently, until the 1950s, mummy brown was made from powdered mummy. And I've actually got some here. This is from Old Holland, a fabulous brand of oil paint. And it is now synthetic, obviously. It's not made of ground up mummies. But their main reason for stopping making it from ground up mummies was that they ran out of mummies. I don't think it was sort of a moral quandary. Anyway, it's not anymore. It's made from a synthetic material. But so many artists use tonal studies to start off with, whether it's with a sort of sepia-based ink or pigment, or whether it's with charcoal or just pencil. It's a really good way to plan any composition, and certainly how I start mine. The coffee painting is just for fun, really, but it really has a grounding in quite serious artist practice. So if you practice just on a piece of paper at your desk, and then who knows where it'll take you. It's just a really fun exercise that anyone can do. I would love to see any examples you do. So if you do create a coffee painting, please will you ping them to me on Instagram or tag me. It would be really fun to see anything that you create. Thank you for watching this week, and do please subscribe. Thanks.